is the pattern that I published. It is called the butterfly wrist warmers or butterfly cuffs. And it's a very simple project, but I really think that they have a striking effect. You can see I'm wearing one, and I have here the second one, and it's done all in garter stitch. For this one in particular, I use sock yarn. It's a tonal sock yarn here, and you can see it's Madeline Tosh sock yarn, and I use beads about the same color. So this is very useful in the winter time when you want to protect your wrists, when you want to wear a jacket or a sweater that has 3/4 sleeves. That's gonna keep your hands warm. Or if you want to text on your phone, your fingers are free. And you can come with a variety of designs that you can put on this cuff. I love butterflies. That's my butterfly cuff here. But in order to do this project, you are going to need to learn to work with beads using the Portuguese style of knitting. First of all, when you're going to work with beads, you wanna strand your beads in the yarn first. For the project of the butterfly cuffs, I strung all the beads on my yarn first. Okay, so you see here all the beads, and then you push the beads away carefully on your yarn, and I leave close to my project or to my thumb a number of beads that it's workable with. So even less than that. You can leave some like that. Push the beads away. Leave this amount of beads close to your thumb. And using the Portuguese style, put the tension on the yarn by using the pin on your left shoulder. Okay, so again, when I work, I push the beads down, but it's important that you string the beads on the yarn first. So one more thing, depending on the material you were working with, like on the cuffs, I use the sock yarn. It has nylon, but in this example here, I'm using 100% wool. So depending on the material you're using, if you keep pushing the beads back and forth too much, you're going to abrade the yarn. You can even break the yarn. So what I do when I'm stringing, I push the beads away as I string towards the ball, and I leave them in groups. Okay, sometimes you can put a little paper here and mark the rows you're in, or just simply a group of beads, and you don't keep pushing so much and so often and abrade the yarn. Okay, so here it is. I have a couple beads ready to start, and I'm going to show you how to work with them. So here I have done a couple rows of the garter stitch, and I worked one row with beads, and I'm ready to do the second row with beads. By the way, in this pattern, you only put beads on the public side, and then you come back another row of purl stitches. Of course, I'm working this flat, so again, you only put beads on the public side. Okay, I am going to slide some beads here close to my work. I am going to tension the yarn on my knitting pin like this here. Okay, so we're ready. I am going to work just a couple purl stitches to refresh your mind in how to do the purl stitch Portuguese style. This is fine yarn and fine needles, but hopefully you can see well. So here, when you want to place a bead, you're going to place a bead in between the stitches. So I insert my right hand needle into the next stitch. I bring one bead down and complete the stitch. And that's all there is to it. You're going to, of course, for the motif of the butterfly, you're going to be looking into a chart where you should put the bead or where you should not put a bead. But the technique is this one. You're going to place a bead in between 2 purl stitches. I just finished purling one. I insert my right hand needle into the next stitch with my thumb. I bring 1 bead down and purl the stitch. And I'll keep doing this for a few more beads. And the chart is again going to tell you where to place a bead or not in between. So let's suppose I go 2 or 3 stitches without beads, and then when I need, the beads are right here at the tip of my thumb, I place a bead, and so on. Simple technique, but again, I think the effects are very pretty, very striking. So I published this cuff, the butterfly cuff, and I also have a free pattern that I gave on Valentine's Day, which is a baby hat with the heart motif, and the heart has the beads. So it's very pretty. Again, you can find the projects on a link on the description of this video. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave it below. Don't forget to like this video and turn up your notifications so you know every time I publish a video you are going to be following me. If you want to work on this project, you can find the pattern in a link in the description below.